Roblox, the platform that we know and don't love. That has one of the worst engine ever made to make good games. Now, you might think that I'm exaggerating, and you're right, but let me show you why it's bad in the first place.
Exhibit A. Blender.
What do I mean by Blender? Well, let me demonstrate. As you can see here, I have a perfectly made model. It's got everything it needs, an armature, textures, and so on. Okay, so everything's good, let's export it to Roblox. Oh? What's going on? My textures are not right. Huh. That's because Roblox is really bad at getting textures in good quality. Hi, I am an AI. Okay, let me change it. There, brand new. Now I made it bigger and only left the needed colors. Okay, that only leaves the animation. How hard could it be? Okay, the animation's finished and I even baked it for reliability. Weird? It's not animating. That's because the bones are not named like our 15 parts. Okay, let me change that. What? Still not working? Man. That's because my mesh is only in one part and Roblox wants it in 15 parts for some dumb reason that no other engines have. Alright, at last it is done. Yeah. At least now it animates, I guess. But now I'm stumped. After checking hundreds of settings and breaking ChatGPT, I'm not trolling, though it was the free version, but still, I still can't figure out why it does that, or at least how to make it work. Now that should be reversed, because why it does that's the simpler part. And, well, I guess Roblox is not that compatible with Blender after all. I guess. It also took multiple days for me to get there. I just didn't show you the whole process, but I've decided that I'm not using humanoid anymore. I'm just using animation controller and a BS script, and I finally made it work. Except the animations. The animation is still not working properly, but I don't know, bro.
Exhibit B. Lua.
Well, that's just dumb using Lua instead of C++, but they can't change it, so it is what it is.
Exhibit C. Animation editor.
There's no mirroring. You know, the thing that makes it so you can mirror your animations. So if you make an animation that goes, I don't know, like this, well, you could just mirror it and make a perfect mirror of your left animation on the right. So go like this, you mirror, and then it goes like this, but perfectly. But it doesn't have that. Roblox doesn't have that. No, Roblox is too good for mirroring. No. Like, I know that Moon Animator has it, but it's a basic animation software feature. Like, we shouldn't rely on a plugin to use a basic thing like that. But anyways, I make my shit on Blender, so I don't really care.
Exhibit D. Anti-cheat. Oh, well, that does sound like anti-cheat, but
This one's not the fault of Roblox, because they can't do anything about it. So what about anti-cheat? Well, if you want to make a successful Roblox game, you gotta make your own anti-cheat. And if you don't know how hard it is to make an anti-cheat for a massive multiplayer game, well, let me make this analogy. Let's say that you're a RAM seller in 2026, and you sell in a physical store. Well, you're obviously gonna get jumped by all of the graphic card eaters, right? Am I right, boys? So, you gotta defend yourself, right? But you can't just kill people because there are laws, right? But also because you don't want to kill the people that buy your things, especially if they're not the ones jumping you. Recap in anti-cheat words. So basically, cheaters are gonna try to f*** up your year's work, and you gotta ban them, but you gotta be careful of not banning your good GigaChat Sigma Aura maxing players. And that, my friend, is really hard.
Exhibit E. Markiplier.
Watch Iron Long, and it's not an impersonation of Markiplier, because that's not his voice. And secondly, no, it's me telling you to watch Iron Long, because watch it, and yeah.
Exhibit F. Managing a server.
Or multiple, I guess, technically, because actually, this one is similar to the anti-cheat one, but not completely, not entirely. So most of the things run server, right? That means that if you made your code correctly, the server makes the checks to know if the data received by the client, received from the client, is right. In non-developer terms, that means that if you made your code right, the server's like your teacher that verifies your work and corrects the answers. Now, why is that a problem? Well, that's because I said earlier that if your code is done right, the server will correct the answers. But what if your code is done wrong? Yeah, I've been done wrong in my childhood. Yeah, that's why I take jump the ops and shit. That's the problem. It's not that easy to make your code fake data proof. You have to think of everything in advance. You have to think of everything. Example, you're trying to make a semi-adventure, semi-simulator game called, I don't know, let's say Gun Simulator X. I don't know what this game is, I never heard of it, but it's just an example. And you have different guns that gives multiple or different amount of cash. Why the word cash specifically, I don't know. Sad, I don't know this game. You guys looking at me like I'm making this game right now, that doesn't make any sense, but yeah. The thing is that if you just say, when the player shoots with this gun, give them $69,420,067,021, no cash. If you just say that, on the client, the players, through ways that I don't know of, and that's pretty concerning, can just change these values to whatever they want. So that's not good. So instead of doing that, you gotta make it so the gun, instead of sending a value, sends a name, or like a string, or like string cheese. Example, instead of sending 789, you send Terraria 1.4.5 was kinda disappointing gun. Just an example. Doesn't mean anything. Also, I wrote underwhelming in my script. Brain damage type shit. God, for real. Type shit. Anyways, it sends that to the server, and the server sends the amount of what it's supposed to give to the player. Client, and then the server, and then player. Wait, no, actually, I forgot to clarify that the server looks at a table, which is also on the server. A table is like a Minecraft chest where you store information, and says, oh yeah, the Terraria 1.4.5 was kind of disappointing gun. Gives 2001 cash and notes that it has a bigger buying power than today. And yeah, it was on my joke list, but I kind of the thing, I was like, oh, well. Anyways, that's one of the things you gotta do if you don't want to get unconsensually made love to by 14 years old. What the f am I saying? There's also more things you gotta do, more complex things and all of that, but it's not a video on how to cheat-proof your code, which is technically impossible, but yeah, no. I say yeah too often, so I'm gonna say no. That doesn't make sense, but I'm gonna do it because I want to.
Exhibit G. Cringe.
Okay, so what I mean by cringe is that when you're a Roblox dev, no one respects you. no one except maybe kids, but no. I didn't forget. Yeah, I'm gonna say no, and I said I'm gonna say no every time. No, not every time. That's when you say to someone that you're making a Roblox game, they're more often than not gonna think that it's not a lot of work and that it's just kids game, which is true, but well, not a lot of work part, but the kids game. Even if you say that you're working on a big Roblox game, it doesn't change anything, and it's basically the same on the internet, which, like, I understand because Roblox is cringe, but it's still annoying because a lot of the times working on Roblox Studio is harder than working on Unreal Engine. Not always. Sometimes it's hard to work on Unreal, but a lot of times it's harder on Studio because it's not as good.
Exhibit CJ. Exhibit CJ. CJ.
Okay, bye.